Good afternoon, all of you. I am Dr. Avinash Raut, and you are watching my YouTube channel, that is Dr. Avinash A. Raut. I am a lecturer in microbiology, and I teach BSc and MSc students of microbiology at Yashwantrao Chavan College of Science, Karad, which has been established in 1958. Now, yesterday I had posted a video related to quantitative ecology. In that quantitative ecology, we saw how to collect the samples, how to isolate the microorganisms from mixed communities, and how to identify those microorganisms by using sophisticated techniques. Okay, now, and most important thing, that many of you yesterday they have liked the video, then they have also subscribed my video, as well as they have shared the video. I thank one and all for doing this thing for me, for the sake of me. Now, we'll not waste more time, students, because we know that during this lockdown period, we are experiencing, we in the sense we teachers as well as the students, that we cannot teach in person nowadays, because the most important issue of social distancing is not attained if a classroom is on physically. So work from home initiative has been taken by UGC as well as by MHRD as well as by all the universities throughout Maharashtra as well as in India. So in that context, I also decided to start a YouTube channel and help the students of microbiology of BSc as well as MSc students to learn from home. Initially, I was also giving, during this initial lockdown periods, I was also delivering the lectures, online lectures to MSc 1 and MSc 2 students of microbiology of my college. But this thing was not enough. That's why I decided to start a YouTube channel. Now we'll not waste more time. We'll just go directly towards how to write a scientific research project dissertation. Now, why I decided this topic? Yesterday I decided quantitative ecology. It was from MSc 1 syllabus, MSc 1 semester 2 syllabus. So that's why I decided to choose that quantitative ecology, which I also teach. Now next is this video is for BSc 3 as well as MSc 2 students who are now preparing for completing their project dissertations, research project dissertations. Now, for in that context, we should know how to write a scientific project dissertation. This scientific project dissertation is that the work which is being done by the students. They work by isolating various types of microorganisms. Any biochemical work, any microbiological work is done by them. But a real scientist or a real researcher is that person who has the ability to write that research paper in a proper manner, so that a small child can also read it without any problem, and the small child should also know how to reproduce the results. I have purposefully taken the use the word small child. Small child in the sense any non-microbiologist or any non-scientist should able to read it, and if we say or urge that person to reproduce the results in the laboratory, he should be able to do it. That is the ideal research paper. So we'll go towards how to write a scientific research project dissertation. Now, first of all, we should know what is science. Science is nothing but a particular branch of scientific knowledge. It is the ability to produce solutions in some problem domains, as well as it is the research into questions posed by scientific theories and hypotheses. Scientific theories and hypotheses. You must be knowing that every day we are observing in our television set that many scientists they are claiming that we have found a vaccine against coronavirus. We are doing much more research work on coronavirus, but none of them. Recently, yesterday only, Italy has come that their vaccine. They have prepared a vaccine, and they are claiming that It is the first vaccine in the world for COVID-19. Okay, so means what, they are researching that particular topic, and they will find some results, as well as they will come to any particular conclusion. So what is science? It is nothing but the research into the questions posed by scientific theories and hypotheses. These are the hypotheses also, which nearly hypotheses, they are not, it is not a hard and fast rule that the hypothesis should be completely proved. They can be unproven hypotheses also. Scientific theories are there which are put forth by various types of scientists. Now, scientific writing, we should know. What is scientific writing? Scientific writing is writing based upon knowledge of a particular branch to produce solutions onto the basis of theories and postulations. Okay, scientific knowledge, it is a writing based upon the knowledge of particular branch. It is a knowledge of a particular branch. Now, in the case of microbiology, if I want to say, that is it is knowledge of microbiology as well as microbiological techniques to produce solutions on the basis of solution, not the solution liquid solution. Solution means the problems solution. That is the meaning which I want to say here. On the basis of theories and the postulations. Now, if you can see, what is scientific paper? Now, scientific paper is a written published report. It is a written published report describing original research results. This original is very important here. If it is not original, because you must be knowing that nowadays a new rule has been passed. It was there from before only, but nowadays many scientists and many research publishing journals, they are very cautious about plagiarism. Plagiarism is nothing but, it is the law which has been passed to prohibit the researchers to copy the research work from any other journal, okay, and publish it on their own name. That is a legal offense nowadays. You can be penalized for that by law. So it must be the first publication of original research results. It is very important. It should be the first original research results in a form whereby peers of the author can repeat the experiments and test the conclusions. Peers of the authors means what? It is a peer team of the authors who have repeated the experiments and test the conclusions. Now, if you want to publish a research paper, you have to write it first, isn't it? If you want to, you have done a project work in your TY BSc coursework as well as an MSc2 coursework. The most important thing is that you should write it. You should be able to write it. Everything is there in your research notebook. The results are there, the material methods are there, as well as you can. The only thing is that you should be able to publish it. You should be able to write it in your own language. The most preferred language nowadays is English. So your English, and grammatically it should be correct, scientifically it should be correct, and the meaning should not change. The meaning of your research should not change. In a journal or any other source document readily available within the scientific community. Okay, so in a journal, what is there, or other sources are there, your document readily it is available within the scientific community. You have to publish the article in the scientific community, you should publish it in a journal. Okay, you should first publish that article in a reputed journal. That is very important nowadays, because there are various fake journals also, as well as there are very phishing journals also, which only ask you for paying more amount of money for publishing 4 to 5 pages of your research papers. Whether it is of good quality or no, they do not see that. You are able to pay, means they will publish your article without any peer review. Peer review means what? The set of scientists or the researchers, they are being appointed by the journal to examine your research manuscript, and an editor is assigned to your manuscript, and then after peer review, after checking the reproducibility of the results, the plagiarism check, as well as the grammatically it is correct, technically it is correct, then only it is allowed to be published in journals. Okay, so this is a scientific paper. Now, definition of a scientific paper, if you want to see, it is an accepted original scientific publication containing scientific information to enable the peers. It is also available to access the observations. It is also to repeat the experiments. It allows to evaluate intellectual processes. Intellectual processes means what? In my research paper, for example, in my research paper, there are 4 authors. Okay, I am the principal author. Means what? Whom's name is to be there at the first position, that is also part of dispute. So there should be, before publishing your research work, you should be very clear with a legal document which having the signs of all the co-authors that they are satisfied with the position of the name in that particular research paper. Okay, so every journal most of the times at the last after accepting the paper for publication, they always give you a set of documents where you have to put your names, put your addresses, put your emails, and put your phone numbers, and then sign the documents, so that you are satisfied with the position of your authorship in that particular manuscript of that journal, in that particular volume, whatever it is. That is called as intellectual processes. Intellectual properties means what? The copyrights of the paper after publishing. Then if it is very novel research, are you going to patent it in further few years? Then all these issues have to be made clear before publishing that particular article. And scientific paper should have some impact. Impact means what? How many times that journal or that particular journal has been, or the articles in that journal are being cited by various types of other authors. That is also very important. The more the citation, the more the impact factor that particular journal has. Nowadays you must be knowing that in this lockdown period only, one of the colleges in Mumbai, I will not take the name, they had taken a webinar regarding this collaborating with Mendeley as well as Elsevier, and they had very nicely they had given a webinar on how to use various types of tools in research using Springer, then Elsevier as well as Mendeley. So these are the 3 top publishers of journals, and the journals of this type of publications, they are having more impact factors, because people are always striving to have the papers published in Springer, in Elsevier, in Nature, okay, as well as Lancet is there in the case of medical field. So available to scientific community. This is the scientific paper should be available to the scientific community without any restriction. It should be free of cost. It should be published free of cost. Okay, so I cannot imagine people, they are publishing their papers by paying money. Okay, so it should be published free of cost. So you can charge yourself for the reprints and all those things. They are chargeable, but the publication should be free of cost. That much reputation your journal should have before publishing. Available for regular screening by one or more of the major recognized secondary services. So secondary services are there, biological abstracts are there, Index Medicus is there, PubMed is there, okay, NCBI. Various types of this secondary regular screening methods are there, who screen the papers before after they are being published, and they are sorted accordingly. Then the next point, that is, before starting, what you have to check, you have to check whether you have the recorded result. That is very important, because until you have a valid research work which you have been performed, you have actually performed. It is not a thing that you will only make a writing paper, writing the results on the paper without performing the experiments, and make the tables and make the graphs, and you put it in your manuscript and it will get published. No, don't imagine nowadays. Previously they must have done it, but they have, the authors may have to face the consequences. Okay, so the recorded results are there, making the tables are there, you have to draw the graphs before publishing, then you have to keep the record summaries of results, as well as any observation, however insignificant, they should be there in your notebook. Then the date of the files which you have been created, then you have to revise your readings. You may have to repeat the experiment while you still have the materials. If you have some materials and if you have any doubt with the results which you have obtained, then you should there is no any other problem to repeat the experiments. Okay, so now for second is you have to write the ideas whenever they come to you. That is very important when you are writing a paper. Writing the paper is not a one day task, mind you. When you are writing a paper, it takes months, even 2 months, even 6 months are there if it is a review paper of having 50 pages. Every day what we have to do, my sir used to take, our PhD guide Dr. S.S. Bajikar used to say that prepare an article today, then close that book or close that computer and see it after 2 days. After 2 days also you will get some clues which you can add it in that particular article after 2 days, because whenever you are working now on that particular paper, your mind may not be in that broad angle at this position at this time now, but after 2 days when your other worries are being removed and when you focus on that particular paper, you may get some knowledge and you may click some idea and put it in that particular paper. That is very important. So we have to, what we have to do, we have to give more time in the sense in the times of days as well as in the times of months also, if you want a real quality research paper to be prepared and to be published. So science is a, we have to start with the sense. Common sense is a common ownership for the common task, evaluation with universal unbiased criteria, then should act selflessly, then the ideas tested and subjected to rigorous structured scrutiny by the peers and supervisors. That I also told you before, that the ideas tested means the experiments which you have performed in your laboratory, they should be rigorous, and the peer review of that particular journal should be also blind. It should not be blind, it should be a rigorous peer review, and it should contain a scrutiny committee by the peers, as peers in the panel of committee, the people which are present in the committee, and the supervising committee, the people, and those peer committee should be renowned researchers in that your field of manuscript in which you are publishing that particular manuscript. So that these points should be taken into utmost care. Now we have to plan it effectively. How? What you have to plan? You have to clear research question. Whenever you are writing a research project, you have to ask questions to yourselves, that whenever you are writing a single sentence, if this paper goes for publishing, students, that point I want you to focus on. When you are writing an introduction, you are going to write a review of literature, then materials and methods you are going to write, then you are going to write the results and discussion, and then you are going to find summary and conclusion, and then references are there, and then appendix is there. Okay, so whenever you are writing it, every time you should ask a question when you are writing a particular statement, that this particular statement which you have made, what will the question which will be arised by the peer committee or the supervising committee. That supervising committee, in the student's case, it is not a hard and fast rule that whenever you prepare a project, it should be compulsory be published in a research paper. But whenever there is a viva voce of your research presentation, he or she will ask you questions. The examiner will ask you questions regarding to your research project. Okay, and whenever he or she is asking, the examiner is asking you questions, you should be prepared for the answers. And so that whenever you are writing it, the question, the research project, you should be very keen while writing that project. Okay, you should have a clear research question. You have to seek statistical advice. When you have prepared a very big table related to the optical density versus the UV against the enzyme activity, for example, the enzyme activity and the OD you have taken. For example, I am taking, it should not be that they will be correlated. Now that should be biostatistically proven. You should use the standard deviation curve. You should use regression analysis. Okay, so various types of tests are there in biostatistics to confirm these results which you have obtained are correct and they are valid. Okay, we should keep it on an open mind and minimize bias. You should agree with who will be a principal. You should agree who will be a principal investigator. You should agree who will be authors and contributors. We should agree to publish even negative results. Yes, that is also very that these last 3 points I have discussed it earlier only. Who will be the principal investigator means whose name will be first. That should be uh, make it clear before publishing that particular manuscript. Then we should make clear who are the authors and who are the contributors. We should be clear with the to publish the negative results also. Negative results may also be you may also obtain negative results. Negative results can also be published. Okay, so you should make it clear. Then behave ethically. You should do ethical issues are the research ethics. This declaration of Helsinki ICH. You should declare if it is a medical project. You have to declare by that no animals were harmed. Nowadays in the movies also it is being written if animals were used that no animals were harmed. Only the graphics were used. And you are if you are working on any medical issue and you have prepared a drug which is used for as a diabetes, you cannot directly inject that drug into the human beings. You should take animal trials, isn't it? And animal trials not only you cannot inject it in directly in the lion or in the monkey. First you should use the experimental animals such as albino mice is there, rabbits are there, okay, guinea pigs are there. You should use it, and then so you should not behave ruthlessly with those animals. You have to avoid the misconduct. You should avoid to protect the patient's identities when if you are going to carry out a survey of in the hospitals. Report clearly informed. You should inform the consent to the patients about the consent. Any deviation from the usual practice, you should there should not be any burden imposed on the participants, and they should be aware of the total risks which are posed to the participants or the others. There should be what will be the benefit to the participants and the patients and the society. You should explain it clearly to the patients. It is not always enough to state that the study was approved by an ethic committee or IRB. Okay, so this is a very important point. Now, clear writing. You should keep it simple. Use short, familiar words. Avoid jargon. Jargon means what? These are the very heavy words which are used in the legal documents. Okay, heavy words. You must be seeing that if you see any government resolution passed in English or in Marathi, after reading that particular GR, you come to know about nothing literally, because the language which is used while writing that particular government resolutions or any legal document is quite heavy. Those heavy words are not necessary in research paper, isn't it? So you have to avoid jargon languages and the acronyms. Use the same word. Don't use the direct the acronyms for that. Be specific with your results. Be concrete, not abstract. There may be, there should be. That should not be there. Okay. So we have to be concrete. We have not abstract. That is the actual finding which is being there. Then you should say that what you mean and what say what you mean means write what you mean particular for that result. Okay, don't mere convert the Marathi language or Hindi language to direct English language. I have seen many students whenever they are writing their research papers since many years, since 2006 I am seeing that whenever they are writing the research paper directly they convert the Marathi or Hindi language into English language. That is not preferred. It should be English grammatically correct. Okay, and here you are tested for your grammar, how good your grammar is in the scientific manner also as well as in that language manner also. So see what you mean and mean what you say. The sentence should mean something. Don't use extra the, for, and the. You should not use that more the in that particular in your statements. Don't repeat the words. Don't jargon it. Okay. Fulfill the criteria of scientific writing. You should fulfill the criteria of scientific writing when you are writing it. Okay. Now what are the most common manuscript problems? So the most common manuscript problems are poorly written, excessive jargon. See the red, it is red line, it is more frequently done. Inadequate, inappropriate presentation, it is also frequently done. Poor description of design, okay, that is also more occasionally it is done as well as in the frequently. The bar goes. Then excessive zeal and self-promotion, that is very less done. What you have done, that you have, don't write it. What others have re- researched, that you write it in the introduction and make the introduction and review of literature very big. That is not necessary. Keep precise, be abstract. Be specific to their particular data. Essential and data omitted, ignored, that is also done occasionally. Then boring, that is also done occasionally. Important work of the others ignored, that also is seldom done, that is very lessly done. Other work should not be. This data has been taken from Bind WE Publishing. This is the matter which I have taken, means I have mentioned this table. From where I have taken it. You have to also mention, if you have taken the table from any other internet source, you should mention that author at the below of the below section of your table, or in the below of your figure, or you have to acknowledge it in the acknowledgements. Now, any misconduct, fabrication of data or the results, there should not be any misconduct during fabrication of data. Falsification should not be there. False result, don't manipulate the results. Okay, you have to not manipulate the results. Research materials, the equipments and the processes, means what? If you don't use high media, in the case of microbiology, you are not using the high media, microbiological media in your experiment, don't write it forcefully, because if you are not using it, then you don't know the pros and cons of that media, and if you miss to write any part in that materials and methods on the results and discussion, that point will be raised whenever it is being peerly reviewed. Okay, plagiarism, this is appropriation of another person's ideas. Another person's ideas should not be taken. The processes and the results are words without giving appropriate credit. Okay, don't take the PDFs or don't copy the PDFs as it is and put it in your introduction, put it in your review of literature, don't put it in your results and discussions. You should use your own language while you are doing, or when you are writing the research papers. Then IMRAD format is there. You should know that now the main format will start for the students, means how to write actually the research papers as well as your research project dissertations. Research, you should write the introduction. Okay, what question problem was studied. Then the methods are there. IMRAD stands for introduction, material methods, results and discussions. If a small a is for and discussions. Okay, these are the main points in their original research papers, isn't it? Now, introduction, why ask this question? Research question, introduction, why ask this research question, means what question problem was studied. About your problem you have to write it. Okay, and the work which is being done previously related to your problem, not irrelevant. Okay, avoid irrelevance while you are writing the paper, research paper. Then methods, what did I do, that only you have to write. What did I not do, you should not write it there. Okay, you did it, then you should write it. Okay, how the problem was studied. Then the results, what did I find? I found nothing, write it then. Okay, you found nothing, but in a scientific manner. I didn't find anything, and then you should not close it in a single sentence. You should do that. I have performed this result in this manner, but we have found that we got negative results, but other scientists have got positive results. Why I have got negative results? Justify it there in the discussion section. Okay, what might it mean? What do these findings mean? Okay, comparing with your results with other research papers results of the same particular experiment or other experiments, you can compare it and then write it in the discussion part of you. Okay, so that is the IMRAD format which you can see there. Now, good research question, finer criteria, feasible, answerable with a robust method, interesting, novel, ethical, relevant. Okay, so how this cycle goes: theory, research question, research methods, research results, knowledge. Okay, so this is the good research question. You have to continuously ask questions related to your research paper. Okay, so that is very important thing which you want to discuss. Now, Essential parts of the scientific paper or a scientific dissertation. First, there should be a title, describe concisely the core contents of the paper. The title should not be 1 kilometer long, 1 meter long. It should be very precise, which gives the idea about your research work. That's it. Okay, that it should be abstract. Below the title, there should be abstract. Abstract means the summarize the major elements of the paper. Don't while writing the abstract, it should be not more than 250 words. Okay, summarize the abstract, the whole paper in 250 words. That is the real skill of a researcher, how to write it. The whole research paper summarize the whole research paper in 250 words. Then introduction. You have to provide context and rationale for the study. Okay, rationale of the study, the context of that study. Then materials, describe the experimental design so it is reproducible. Experimental designs, in which method? So for example, in microbiology, our gram staining was performed by Hucker and Kahn's modification method. Okay, protein estimation was done by Lowry's method. Okay, don't describe the Lowry's method. Everybody knows what is gram staining, what is Lowry's method. We take a clean grease-free slide, then prepare a smear. Don't write it as is in the scientific paper. See, only we have to write in material methods is that gram staining of the isolates were performed by Hucker and Kahn's modification method. Everybody knows it. Okay, protein was estimated by Biuret. Biuret is not used nowadays, but Lowry's method. Okay, then nitrogen was estimated by Micro-Geldahl's method or Geldahl's method, whatever the method which you have used, or acetylene reduction assay you have performed, that you have to use it. Okay, and cite the citation. Okay, Geldahl et al, whatever the year it is, and put it in the brackets. Okay, the results, you have to summarize the findings without interpretation. Okay, you should not interpret in the results, only what you have found, that you should write there precisely. Discussion, interpret the findings of the study. Interpret means what? You have to conclude it. Means what? I have found this, they have found this, this is when you compare it, we corroborate with the hypothesis of that particular scientist. Okay, with mine. So this we have to do in the discussion format. Discuss means what? When you are discussing with two people, what you discuss? We discuss about their work, our work. In the same way, here also you have to discuss, but in writing format you have to discuss it. Okay, you have to write it in a scientific manner. Okay, so not flowery languages should not be used. Ekdam, in case of Marathi, if you say मी तुझ्यासाठी चांद तारे तोडून आणीन, it is not feasibly it is not feasible for a common man. You have to be an astronaut, you should go there with your spaceship, and then you have to bring some piece of lunar sample. That is not feasible, isn't it? It is only feasible in the poems. So you have to interpret the findings of the study. Interpret it in your own language, comparing the results of your work with others' work, and then writing it in your words. Summarize the findings. Again, abstract and summary is different. Abstract should be 250 words. Summary can be 1 page or 1.5 page in the research project. Okay, and then last is the acknowledgements. Acknowledgement means what? To whom you want to thank to. In your research work on your PhD thesis, you don't want to thank to anyone, because you already are so frustrated. Okay, before 6 years of your registrations, and after 6 years we can see all the hairs are completely bald after 6 years. So whom do you want to thank? You can't thank anyone. You can thank your wife, you can thank your children, you can thank anything in this world. You can thank the Prime Minister also, whoever who has funded you for that particular research. You can thank them. You can thank your principal, you can thank your project guide, you can thank the head of department of your college, you can thank the management of your college. So anyone you can thank in the acknowledgement. Okay, so who has given credit to those who have helped you? References. Last is the references. References are to be written list of all the scientific papers, books and websites that you cited. You read it, you took the summary from that particular paper, you should write it in your references. Okay, the citation should be there in the main text, but you have to write the references in the whole names of the authors in the references section. So now, what is the introduction? What I was studying is to be written in the introduction. What you have to write it in the introduction? What I was studying, why was this an important question? What did I know about this topic before I did the study? That is very important. What model was I testing and which approach did I take in this study? That should be there in the introduction. Introduction in the research paper should be a mixture of introduction plus the review of literature. But when you are writing a project dissertation or project report, introduction should be different about your matter, and review of literature should be the research papers which you have used in context with your work. Okay. Now, the good introduction, it should be present in the nature and scope of the problem investigated. Okay, if you are working on extremophiles, don't write about amylolytic bacteria or cell lytic bacteria. If you are writing on extremophilic, means alkali files, don't write about acidophiles. Don't write about halophiles. Okay, you should write about the alkali files only if your work is on alkali files. Okay, you have to review the pertinent literature in the introduction only when you are writing a research paper. But when you are writing the project report, you should make two different sections. Introduction is different, and then review of literature. You have to review the pertinent literature over there. Okay, now you state the method of investigation. You have to state the method of investigation. Okay, in the good introduction, the introduction part of you only. Don't write the method's name. Okay, which methods were used by various types of scientists. That should be written in the introduction. State the principal conclusions suggested by the results. That should be written in the introduction. Now the general rules. Use present tense when referring to work that has already been published. Scientists have worked. Scientists had worked. Not, you should not use it in your general rules when you are writing it. But past tense, okay, work has been already published. But past tense when referring to your own study. Yes, whenever you are referring your own study in your research work, you should always add it in the past tense. Past tense means bhutkal. In Marathi or Hindi, bhutkal means you have to use it. Okay, use the active voice as much as possible. Don't use passive voice. Okay, active voice is there. Don't use passive voice over there. You have to cite. You have to peer-reviewed scientific literature or scholarly reviews. Okay, you have to use good citation papers. Don't use any other low-graded research papers. Now, low-graded research papers means research papers who are published locally, but they are saying that they are international. Okay, so it should be a very good research papers which are being cited from. Download the research paper directly from NCBI, go to PMC and then PubMed Central and then download the research paper. Good quality research papers are available in PMC. Okay, so or your university, if you have the subscriptions of good research papers, you can take directly download it from there. Define any specialized terms of abbreviations. Okay, so materials and methods. Now we have to provide full details so that the experiments are reproducible. You have to provide full details. Don't give half details about your research work or how you performed it. If the peer reviewer has doubted that the experiments could be repeated, the manuscript will be rejected. This is a red mark for you. If your work is being doubted by the there are some doubts about the experiments, means if the मनामध्ये जर शंकेची पाल चुकचुकली मनाच्या जो रिव्ह्यू करतोय जर्नलचा, if there is some doubt, it will be rejected, and that journal or that group of journal will not again take your results or take your paper for peer review. Okay, so you will be blacklisted over there. Organize the methods under subheadings with related methods described together. That is the subjects, experimental design, the measurements which are being used, the hormonal assays, etc. Whatever, blah blah blah, whatever it is there, you should organize it in the proper manner, one after the another. You can also use the numbers for grading the first enrichment of microorganisms, then isolation of microorganism, then morphological characteristics of the organism, then biochemical characteristics of the organism, then genotypic or phenotypic characteristics of the organisms by using 16S rRNA sequencing, then you use DNA hybridization, okay, then identification of that microorganism. So that you should write it in an organized manner. Describe the experimental design in detail, okay, be very detailed in the experimenting the design. Do not mix some of the results in this section, write in the past tense, okay. This was done by this and this method, this will be done now, we have performed it already, so you should write it in the past tense. Now materials, you should identify accurate experimental animals. Don't write the name of the animal, Chintu, Bintu, all those things, Moti and all those things. You should write the name of the animal, that is dogs and rats and guinea pigs were used in the experimental as experimental animal, which plants were used, which microorganisms were used. And mind you, whenever you are writing materials, the microorganisms, the numbers of that microorganism should be clearly identified. Most of your students, they perform the results on the antimicrobial activity. That is very famous project in most of the colleges. Antimicrobial activity of garlic, antimicrobial activity of ginger, antimicrobial activity of curry leaves, antimicrobial activity of this and these things, which work. If you can see on Google, thousands of research papers are available over there. Okay, so I don't criticize anyone, but you should go some to the new way of research. Okay, so the sources, the plants, the microorganism, the name of the microorganism. Whenever you are using a test microorganism, okay, the test microorganism name should be there. NCIM, MTCC, ATCC, American type culture collection, microbial type culture collection. Okay, then NCMR, nowadays in Pune you have seen that previously it was MCC, now it is NCMR, National Center for Microbial Resources. Okay, so these repositories are there, international repositories are there, national repositories are there. Here you can, if you have procured the test organism from that repositories or depository, you have to mention the name of that, the number and the name of the depository from the test organism which you have used. Is it clear? Okay. Now, if human subjects are used, the criteria for selection should be described and consent. For chemicals used, include the exact technical specifications and source or method for preparation. Avoid the use of trade names or chemicals and the generic or chemical names which are preferred. Okay, the methods which you have used, the method should be clear, precise and concise. Okay, example, if you can see, cells were broken by ultrasonic treatment as previously described by, okay, dash and dash. Preferable these, then cells were broken as previously described. Means what? Cells were see the difference between the sentences. Cells were broken by ultrasonic treatment. This sounds very good. Okay, as previously described by. But preferable than, what you should not write, cells were broken as previously described by. Means what? You have to break the cell as if you have broken the glass. Who has described it before? No. You have to use the name of the method. Ultrasonic treatment should be present, or any other method which you have used, that should be there, which has been described by previously. Okay, questions such as how or how much must be answered and not left to be puzzled over. How much you have used, that should be mentioned there. 10 ml of culture or 10 ml of the solution was taken. How much you should there, that should be mentioned over there. Okay, so methods used for statistical analysis must be mentioned. You should always use statistical methods for quantifying your data. Okay, mere using the numbers and the graphs and the tables is not mandatory. You should use in the graphs also. You should use the standard deviation or standard error bars, which will show the validity of your results. Then the results, if you can see, the results section is written in the past tense always. It is written in the past tense. It is the core or the heart of the paper. Researchers always, the peer review committee or the examiner, students, the results is the most important part, is the heart of your paper. If results are good, okay, that is will score you more in the project work. Okay, Then it needs to be clearly and simply stated, since it constitutes the new knowledge contributed to the world. Okay, the purpose of this section is to summarize and illustrate the findings in orderly and logical sequence without interpretation. The text should guide the reader through the findings, stressing the major points. Do not describe methods that have already been described in the materials and methods. Materials and methods, as well as the points, should be the same from the materials and methods, but the matter inside should be of the results, not the same as of that of the materials and methods. Okay, that have been omitted. Data presentation. You have to present the data in the text, in a table, in a figure. Okay, the key findings should be there in the textual. Key findings should be the textual presentation, as well as in the, never have a table or figure that is not mentioned in the text. You should have always the table, you should have mentioned it in the text. Then the tables and the figures are appropriate or large or complicated data sets that should be difficult to explain clearly in the text. Tables are appropriate for large or complicated data sets. Yes, if that data is very large, you can use tables or figures. Figures are appropriate for data sets that exhibit trends, patterns, or relationships. You can use figures instead of tables also. If the table is very big, you can omit the tables and put it in the form of line graph or bar graph or pie diagram, whatever it is feasible to you. Do not include both a table and a figure showing the same information. Don't make your project report, if it is of, the work is very small but the project report looks like it is a big PhD thesis of 200 to 300 pages, with introduction to 50 page, review of literature, and results only 20 pages. That should not be there. Okay, you should not include both the table and the figure showing the same information. So if either it should be mentioned in the table or it should be mentioned in the figure. Discussion. It is the hardest section to write. Okay, so I have put my hand on my forehead. So the name appeared as discussion. Discussion is very important and very hard. Means what, you have to take 4 or 5 research papers of your same research work, put it in your keep it in front of you, and compare your results with their results and write it in a summarized form. That is nothing but discussion. It's very important, and that should correlate with your work. It should go hand to hand with your work. If it is not going, either you have to omit it or you have to give as it is negative results over there. Its primary purpose is to show the relationships about observed facts. Observed facts means that already research papers which are published in good research journals, those papers should be related with your research work. It should end with short summary or conclusion, summary and conclusion regarding the significance of your work. Summary and conclusion, you summarize the whole, these many isolates were obtained, these were gram positive, these many were gram positive. This is most of the time seen in the microbiological research work. Okay, so most of the times it is seen. So in the summary and conclusion should be very precise, and it should give you all the idea about the research work which is present. Components of the discussion, we have to try to present the principles, relationships, okay, shown by the results. Exceptions which are being found in your research paper which are not found in the other research paper, point it, focus on that, because that will be your strength in your, whenever it will be published or not in the good and reputed journals. If there should be promising results, focus it on it. Okay, if there are good results, focus on it. Show your results and the interpretation agree or contrast with previously published work in the discussion point of view implications. State your conclusions as clearly as possible. Okay, summarize your evidences for each conclusion. References. Referencing is very important. Without references, the research paper is without the tail. It is a tail of the research paper. Okay, introduction is the, or abstract, or the title is the head, and references is the tail. Referencing is a standardized way of acknowledging the sources of information and ideas that we have used in your document, in our document. Okay, you have to list all the references in alphabetical orders or in the chronological order in which you have cited it in your research paper. Okay, so Harvard format is used sometimes. The name and the year system is the most widely used. Alphabet number system is a modification of name and year system. You have to number the systems and simply write the number in the text, and that number should be there in the, if one first reference is there at the reference section, the first reference should be there with the whole list of the authors and all those things, name and the year system. Citation order system is there. Vancouver referencing method is also there. Vancouver referencing method is also there. Then the acknowledgements. You should acknowledge any significant technical help that you have received from any individual in your lab or elsewhere. The source of special equipment, the cultures which you have used, the materials which you have used, any outside financial assistance such as grants, contracts or fellowships. Do not use the word wish in your acknowledgements. Simply write I thank and not I wish to thank. I wish to thank means you are hesitating to thank that person, but forcibly you are thanking the person. It sounds like that. You are forcibly thanking. I thank it. I thank you. Okay. Show the proposed wordings of the acknowledgement to the person whose help you are acknowledging. You should write the proposing names of the people you have acknowledged. Okay. This is the format of the references which we are going to use. Okuda M. You can see the format. This is the technique of writing the references in the case of if you have referred a book. This is the method. This is the method which you have written the book. You have referred a book. If you have referred a journal or the magazine, this is the method of referencing it in your research paper. Then newspaper, magazine, if it is there without volume, you have to write it in this manner. Encyclopedia article, you should write it in this manner. Okay. So book, chapter, article or chapter, this is also one of the method. ERIC document, which is there, this is the format in which you can write it. Website, sometimes websites are there where you don't have authors and they are not being published. You can directly give the name of the website, and this is the link. Journal article on the internet, this is the link. Access whatever it is at that particular date, you have to write it. Now conclusion. You should conclude, know your audience and write for that specific audience. Your supervisor, professor is not here to teach you basic grammar and spelling. Okay. Your project and supervisor, he will not take a scale in your hand, he will bombard on your back and correct your grammar and English. That you have to done way back ago when you were in the school as well as in the colleges. So to some extent, you get and use the style books. Do not turn in the first draft. Okay. Then avoid abusing word forms. Don't abuse in the word forms. Do not use more words than fewer will do. Okay. After the, for, the, that, the, you should always use it very carefully. The, I am talking about. Then use an organize your ideas and writing. Think about the structure of paragraphs. Then pay attention to the tenses. Tenses means past, present, future. Tenses should be there. Use very carefully. Captions should be not merely name or table or figure. They should explain how to read it. Then you should cite, whenever you are citing a reference, focus on the ideas, not the authors. Okay. Show us, don't tell us. Show me something about the results. Don't tell me. Okay. Then write about your results and not about your tables, figures and statistics. Okay. The table shows that. No, my research, the work shows that. Okay. In the table it has been, from the table it can be seen that. You can say that like this. Okay. From the figure it can be seen that. From the statistical data which you have put forth, it can be seen that. That should be written. Conclusion. In the next slide, develop a strategy for your discussion. Then introduction and conclusions are the hardest parts that you should keep it in your mind. Break up with large projects into small pieces and work on the pieces. Yes, that is very important. Don't take all the whole research paper and start writing it. First write introduction, then write materials and methods, then write results, review of literature, then write summary and conclusion, then write results and discussion. This is the wrong format. Okay. First write the introduction, then write the materials and methods, then go towards the results and discussion, then go towards summary and conclusion, then may write review of literature. Okay. Work on the pieces, divide and rule. So we have to work on the pieces of the work and then you are trying to assemble it. Be like the bacteriophages. Okay. They are producing those fibers and all the materials separately, and then it is going to assemble, and then it will break the host cell and come out in the form of the deadly virions. So your research paper should also come in the form of a deadly research paper, which will be published in a one go in good reputed journals. So use words processors effectively and back up your work religiously. That is very important. Back up your work. So there are chances of losing the data. Keep the data in various other PCs, in your friend's PC, in your home PC, in your college PC, in your library's PC. You can distribute the backup. Take a backup and use it. Okay. Then nowadays this is we have, after completion of your research work or this is a research paper, you can check your research paper nowadays for plagiarism check. The various types of websites are available on the internet. Go on Google and simply type the plagiarism check software. Hundreds of softwares will come. Take a free online software, put paragraph by paragraph your paper in that section, in that window, and you can check how much novel it is there. It should be 100% novel if your English is very correct, or 2 to 3% or 5 to 10% is quite acceptable, but 50% and 30% that is not acceptable. 100% is the most acceptable plagiarism check. 100% novelty, not 100% plagiarism. Okay, 100% novelty should be there in your research work. Take the editorial comments seriously. Yes, after you publish, after you prepare research work, and then you select one research paper, arrange that your research paper or research project in that format, and you submit that data in your manuscript. Then after few months, 6 months or 3 months or 6 months, you will get some editorial comments about your research paper or your research report. Then take those editorial comments. The comments are there, are received by you. Okay, you will receive a comment in your email inbox, and you have to take it seriously. Make the corrections. If you have to repeat the experiment, it will be, sometimes major revisions are suggested by the reviewers, sometimes minor revisions are suggested by the reviewers, sometimes reviewers accept the paper as it is. That is very creditable work for the researcher. Okay, I am a Nature scientific reports reviewer. So in a year only 2 to 3 papers come for review related to microbiology, which are to be published in scientific reports. It is a Nature Publishing Group journal. I am a reviewer of many journals, international journals. Okay, so you have to take the editorial comments seriously and don't abuse that person. Okay, in writings. Even though you will be abusing it in your mind, don't express yourself. Okay, this is the roadmap how the scientific writing is done. Okay, so whenever, this is a roadmap which will show you how to write a research paper. So in the research paper, if you can see, we have to use this roadmap for scientific writing. So one thing I wanted to mention you, this slide I have taken it from Dr. K. Shiva Rama Prasad from slideshare.com. Okay, so these the slides which I have taken, they are from that. So I have to credit that person, because otherwise it will not be under the ethics. So I credit that person, Dr. K. Shiva Sharma Prasad, for preparing this roadmap and the slides which I have shown previously. So these are you have to clarify the overall goals and the functions of the paper, define the target audience, you have to choose the right journal, you have to get the specific instructions to the authors of that journal, what was the problem and why was considered. All these things should be taken into consideration while you are writing the paper. Okay, so these are the things which I have seen. Now, thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, press the like button. If you subscribe my channel, Dr. Avinash A. Raut is the name of the channel. You can search it on YouTube, search bar, and you can subscribe it if you like that video. Thank you very much, and best of luck for the MSc 2 students for preparing their research projects and research papers. Thank you very much.